All right, so I'm just going to answer a few questions that I've been getting. People have been talking to me about my role in the expo, basically looking after the jobs part of the expo. So what does that have to do with startup businesses? Well, it's about self-employment opportunities of creating a job for yourself. So that's where it fits in there. But 60% of all businesses at the moment in Queensland, registered businesses, don't employ any staff. So it's no longer that when you create a business, i.e. you're just creating a job for yourself. Those days are gone, and they generally do employ staff, but it could be a VA or it could be a contractor or something like that. So they do employ staff, so you still need to go through the same process. So the first two, where there's a crossover between the onboarding process and attracting and retaining staff, is why 60% of businesses struggle with that is they've never actually got taught that part of the startup process, which is the first thing that we do. We look at whether or not someone is actually suitable to start a business. And this has got to do with the suitability gap, which is the government's official measure in that 60% of people with a qualification aren't actually suitable for the job because they don't have the transferable skills or the life experience to actually be employable at that stage. So even if you get a fee-free TAFE, something like that, or funded training, Cert 3, Cert 4, the government figures actually say that skilled vet, you actually need 2 years worth of experience to get employers to look at you. So if you don't have the experience, how do you do that? Well, this is where a lot of small businesses are actually crying out for it. So the first two steps that we do in the startup process is this beginner, great, intermediate, already bigger, okay? And that teaches you critical thinking skills and creativity skills, which are the transferable skills that you actually get. Sorry, you do want to double $50, you don't want to double $10. Okay, so what we teach you to do in the second week is help overcoming trouble. Go out there networking, making connections and adapt the way you do things and use the innovation to actually come up with and form collaborations with people to overcome your skills. Get them to do the things that you hate, and that makes you suitable to actually start the business. Even though you think that you have to do everything, you don't. That's something that goes in there as well. So if you get to that stage and you have issues that you can't overcome quickly, this is where people will generally drop out of the startup process at that time. So this is where, when we flick over to the onboarding process, it starts with growth, workforce planning and market growth. So what we do is we want to make sure that you actually, we do a business model canvas and all this sort of stuff. And if you don't have a business model in place, we go on to the make opportunities viable enterprises. So the first step in our staff onboarding and attracting and retaining staff is making sure that the business does have a sustainable job for them. This is what you need to show the government if you're looking to get like the back to work funding or something like that. And if you're looking to put in an application for business boost funding, anything like that, they want to see a basic business plan. So that's the first thing you do. And then we come into the attract and recruit stuff. So what we actually do is we've done the assessment here. We've done their skills assessment. We know who they need help for or who they can get a job with. And we know that in this side here, we write the job ads for the small businesses. So we know which are the transferable skills that they have. So if they drop out of the startup program, who better to go and work for a small business, someone that's going to have a bit of empathy and understands how hard it is to work in a small business. And generally it's a case that you can give them the urgent stuff so that they learn what's important to you. The non-urgent, not important stuff, this is the sort of stuff that you give to interns or people in the TAFE courses and all this sort of stuff. It's things that if you're getting them to do the urgent work, you need to focus on them. And, we're talking about using the communication technologies, communicating with customers, collaborating with customers, problem solving, customer focus, okay? So they're dealing with customers and they're taking care of the urgent tasks, which leaves you to do the important stuff. Now, this Eisenhower matrix was based on a former president of the United States. Now, when you're running a micro business, okay, this is all the workforce planning you need to do, okay? You're not running a big company or you're not running a country, okay? Now, what generally, when they talk about not working in your business, working on your business, it means that if everything's urgent and important, you're stuck down working in your business. But if you take care of the important stuff, then you can employ someone to do the urgent stuff. And that's where you might get in a contractor, you might get in a VA, You might get a overseas VA. Chatbots can take care of this sort of stuff now. So the urgent work is normally done by, cheap unskilled labour or overseas VAs on a cheap rate, or under 25s tend to do a lot of the urgent work in the economy at the moment. Okay, so they're the biggest groups that are in danger of losing their job, but they're also the people that are more willing and most likely to learn how to use AI to make their life easier. So if you don't learn how to use AI, then you're actually going to do yourself out of the job, because you could be doing the urgent stuff or getting AI to do the urgent stuff for you, which gives you more time to do the important stuff. So if you've got a fear of AI, you need to get over it, basically. It's here, it's there, it's here to stay, but don't ask what training do you need. Ask, how can I make your life easier?